welcome to or welcome back to the Wilding Astro Tarot YouTube channel. My name is Jade Wilding and it's a pleasure to have you here on my channel today for a pick a card general tarot reading about what someone out there loves about you. In the next section, I'll explain the reading in a little bit more detail, including what you can expect from today's reading and how to get the most out of it. But for now, as always, I hope you enjoy the vibes as we put together today's ritual space. It's something that I love including you guys in because there's definitely a magic about preparing to receive messages like this. Plus, I love getting the opportunity to update you guys on what's going on with me. First of all, you might have noticed that I'm fitting in an extra upload this week. I normally film my YouTube videos on Monday and put them out on Tuesday, unless something like drastically terrible happens and I just am not feeling it. Obviously, I'm a human with the feely feels and really try and honor that wherever I can, really honor the flow of life. But this week, it's been so nice and sunny that I'm definitely feeling that solar charge. I'm also in the ovulation phase of my cycle, so I have all the energy this week. So I've managed to get through all my personal readings. I'm up to date with all my reading requests, I think, as of now, unless any have come through today. And yeah, we're fitting in an extra reading, so go me. God, the female vibe is so cyclical at times, huh? Yeah. In fact, I actually have so much energy that I'm hoping to make some time to go live on TikTok over the weekend. I haven't been live in a while and I'd love to create an opportunity for you guys to jump online with me for readings or to answer any questions you might have. So if you head to my TikTok page and hit the bell in the top right corner, you can be notified if I do end up making some time to go live. Obviously, as I was just saying, I really follow the vibes, and I kind of feel like that's a vibe for me right now. Today I was honestly trying to decide whether I wanted to upload a YouTube video or go live today, but yeah, I decided to upload an extra video for YouTube, and if I'm still feeling this energized on the weekend, I think I'll go live. So yeah, you can always hit the bell if you want to be notified for that on my TikTok page. It'll probably be in the afternoon here, so at night in the US. Hopefully that's the best, most convenient time for me to go live. But it looks like we're just about finished setting up our ritual space. That's all we have time for today in terms of updates, but let's get into today's video. Okay, Wildings, in our video today, we're going to ask the tarot for messages about what someone special loves about you. This can be any person in the world, friends, family, lovers, etc. Of course, I will be reading for whatever the dominant energy is. So just making sure you bring along your own intuition and discernment to adjust anything that needs to be adjusted. I'll do my best to make as many adjustments as possible for different situations, but yeah, sometimes we can go down kind of very specific tangents, so yeah, just keep that in mind. What else do I have to tell you? This reading will have 3 parts. We'll start with some of your more general energies that they admire using our astrology deck. After that, we'll get more detailed messages about the deeper things that they love about you using the tarot deck. This might be traits of yours, how you handle yourself, or where you are spiritually, or anything like that. We'll just see what comes through. And then, finally, we'll use some of our oracles to let us know if we've missed anything before we finish off the reading with an affirmation for you to take away with you for the week, as always. If at any point the messages are starting to resonate, I would love it if you can hit the like button, leave me a comment. If you have the capacity to do so, of course, I'd love to hear from you. But all good if you're not giving out too much energy right now. I know the vibes. If you enjoy your reading today and you would like to stick around for more intuitive tarot readings like this, where we use my background in education, psychology, sexology, yoga, and mindfulness to read as deeply into the tarot as possible, then I would love if you could subscribe. Of course, this tarot video today is sponsored by my online tarot course, Unlocking the Wisdom of the Tarot, which launches at the end of the year. So if today's video inspires you to learn more about the tarot, you can sign up for the course early to enjoy an early bird discount of 50%. This discount is going to expire at the end of September, which is only 2 months away, and all the proceeds from all pre-sales go specifically to my bills so that I can continue to make content for YouTube and finish off the course before the launch date. Obviously, all my channels are still kind of small. I don't live in the US, so there's no TikTok creator fund or anything like that. So yeah, everything's like going towards just getting me by, just feeding myself. If you want to know more about the course, I'll link the official video below, but I'll also include clips of the announcement video at the end of every reading today. So if you make it all the way to the end, that'll be there for you as well. With all the basics out of the way, let's move on to the tips to get the most out of your reading today. So for today's reading, you're going to choose either pile 1, 2, or 3 to get your messages today. Then you'll use the timestamps below to head to your reading. If you're drawn to more than one pile, your reading might be a mix of readings. So start with the pile you're most drawn to, and then you can always come back to select another afterwards if you're still feeling like there's more for you today. If you're not immediately drawn to any pile, I would recommend heading to the little freeze frame at the end of this section of the video, where you can pause the video, close your eyes, take some deep breaths, open them up, and see if your eyes are then drawn to another pile after you've had that kind of little clearing moment to yourself. But if you're still not drawn to a pile, this video just might not have a reading for you today. But you can always subscribe to my channel. I'll definitely do another video like this at another time, so you can try again. Or there's also older videos on my channel that are similar. Obviously, I wouldn't love for you to go back, because I honestly get so much cringe looking at my old videos. It took me so long to start to get the hang of speaking to a camera instead of speaking to a person. So yeah, I know you guys probably would support me and not think it's much of it, but I'm a Virgo rising, so I'm overly critical of anything I've done in the past. I'm only ever proud of my most recent video, pretty much, because that's the video where I've had the most opportunity to learn and kind of get it together. Anyway, enough of that tangent. What else do I have to tell you? So today's reading is a general reading, so I'll be offering multiple interpretations of some of the cards if I feel there's more than one dominant energy coming through. It's important that you definitely bring along your intuition to your readings, because obviously you'll need to take what resonates, leave what doesn't, just because of the general nature of this reading. If at any point you start to feel called to get a more personal and specific private reading with me, I'll leave the links to do so below. I offer 3 kinds of readings. The first is a single question tarot reading, where I clarify some important question that you might have, or something that might be on your mind, or something that maybe comes up for you during the reading. For this reading type, all you need to do is head to the link, make a $50 AUD payment with your question and email attached as a note, and then I will email you back with your reading. That one's very straightforward. Secondly, I offer combined astro tarot readings that are much more detailed. It includes a written astrology reading as well as a video tarot reading. For this reading, you need to head to the link and fill out a request form. So you can basically build whatever kind of reading you want from the ground up with this option, because there are a lot of ways that you can customize your reading to suit whatever you want or need or are interested in. From there, we arrange a reading over email and also an invoice over email. Once you've paid your invoice, that's when your reading gets officially booked in. Finally, I offer astrology only readings that are also very detailed. It comes with a written astrology reading as well as a basic interpretation video where I basically just go over like what you really need to pay attention to from all the notes, because I do tend to go in a lot more detail in the notes than you might immediately need, so that you can keep coming back to it for months or years to come. For this kind of reading, it's also a very build your own reading request style, and it's also a gateway to have the rest of your reading arranged over email from there. Okay, I think that's all the instructions, disclaimers and plugs that we needed to get through. So it's time to choose a pile, either pile 1, 2 or 3, and wherever you end up, I will see you there in a moment. Either pile 1, welcome to your reading. So if you chose this pink agate crystal, then this reading is probably for you. Well, we're not going to start with that. We're going to start with the Astrology Deck. It's important that you take what resonates, leave what doesn't, but we're just going to start with some of your more general energies that whoever it is that's kind of in your mind right now is loving about you. What does pile 1's person love about them, please? We have what pile 1's person loves about them, please. I feel like the cards are coming out really slowly. It must be very specific what they're looking for. Not Scorpio, Pluto, and the first house of the body coming out. I would imagine that this is a lover that you're asking about, and they're trying to tell you that they love getting in between the sheets with you. These 3 cards are telling me that they love like your body, potentially what you do with your body, and they love any sexual play that you guys have engaged in so far, or at least their fantasies of that, if that hasn't happened. And I would say they're definitely like, this feels like heavy addicted to that kind of energy, to be honest. Like they must be so into you in that way for all these cards to come out. So yeah, know that for the majority of you who I assume are asking about a lover, like this is like a real deep sexual like worship almost, I would say. For anyone who's asking more about a friend or family member, I'm sure this is like appreciating your like power and aesthetics and things like that, and maybe that's true for the lovers as well. But yeah, if you are asking about a romantic partner, they're taking it like to level 3000 with this. Like this is massive appreciation for your sexual energy. This person may also love that you're living a much more aligned, authentic, and genuine life than either other people or you from the past. Like, potentially you've really upgraded, and I would say the upgrade is true for most of you, and like really connecting with like your true like desire, your true purpose, like how you want to contribute to the world in a way that kind of allows you to share your gifts with others and also like really lights you up. The Virgo and 10th house energy, this is like your day-to-day lifestyle being like in a really good flow, like really being able to change with the seasons. Virgo rules the 6th house, and Mercury rules Virgo. So the 6th house is all about your day-to-day, especially like any routines, lifestyle, your health, anything like that. And Mercury is constantly going in and out of retrograde. It's like the fastest moving planet. It's always going in and out of retrograde. And this kind of energy is really about kind of being able to create shifts. Like Mercury going in and out of retrograde like allows you to rethink, reassess, allow things to fall away if they're not serving you, and then kind of start anew like fairly often. So yeah, in this person's eyes, you've created some big shifts, made some big changes, like really have rolled with the punches and kind of come out like much more aligned with something that just seems good for you, and maybe in turn is good for everyone around you. I would say that they would see you as some sort of like light in their life based on this solar eclipse energy coming out as well. And yeah, I think that's about it so far. But we'll get some deeper messages from the tarot about what else they love about you. But yeah, the basics are like they love the sexual side of you and the like living your life really authentically side of you. We have messages for pile 1, deeper messages please, about what their person loves about them please. Okay, so this person sees you as very insightful, very resilient, potentially very powerful, very determined, maybe very successful, and very like just full of like a lot of truth and honor, maybe creativity, inspiration, and just like really flexible with life. Like I would say that you've had some tough hands that have been dealt to you in your life, and you've really been able to roll with the punches and kind of come out on top and kind of make it work for you. So yeah, this person definitely sees you as having come out of difficult situations, really evolved and a better person, and just like kind of exciting and inspiring in a lot of ways. The Two of Swords, this energy is about introspection and being able to self-reflect. You can see in the image that this skull is blindfolded, and so this is someone who doesn't necessarily get distracted about what's going on in the physical. They really take a step back and reflect on their own inner world, their own thoughts and feelings, and like thinking a lot about how they're reacting to things, and maybe any subconscious blocks that they might have, or anything that's like being triggered inside of them. It's someone who's like really looking at their own inner landscape, and have a very active third eye to deal with situations. They're definitely not someone that like is reactive or like blames others. So yeah, this person really respects that about you. The Nine of Wands, this is a very resilient energy, so I would say that they can see that maybe you've become this way, not necessarily because of anything like lucky, like you weren't necessarily born this way, and maybe it's taken you a while to learn how to turn on your third eye in this way, but yeah, you've been through it and you've learned and you've come out the other side so much stronger than before. The Nine of Wands is definitely about like going through it, persisting, sticking with it, and just like looking for like what's the best way to deal with something that like honors the self but also honors other people, and just like isn't destructive, and just like really looking for a healthy way out of things, out of difficult situations. So yeah, this person sees you has definitely gone through a lot, come out the other side much stronger. Potentially in the past or in your childhood, maybe you didn't have a lot of structure, stability, you didn't have a lot of like abundance or like freedom or anything like that. We've got the 10 of Coins, the 2 of Wands, and the Anchor all upside down. So these are all, when they're right way up, they're all very, very stable, abundant energies. So all of these coming out upright tells me that like you've had to learn how to deal with things that are like either chaotic, uncertain, or just like even maybe some controlling people in the past, or yeah, just like not necessarily having access to like all of the abundance that you deserve. And it seems like through all of that, like you've really got this mind, body, spirit kind of harmony going on. The Four of Wands is like traditionally a marriage card, so that might be on their mind as well, if you are romantic partners, but it also refers to being able to harmonize within, so being able to like keep your conscious mind really in check, really connect to the subconscious and what's going on in your like deeper emotional landscape, especially because the Two of Swords came out, which is like very much doing that. And it's also about like harmonizing with the higher self or soul self as well. So yeah, this person definitely sees you as like really integrating through your own work, through your own hard work. And yeah, you weren't on a stable platform to do that necessarily, but you've done the work and come out the other side much stronger. There's so much Swords and Wands energy, so there's a lot of masculine energy here, but I think this is like more referring to kind of like you've had to go get it, like you've maybe had to be an independent man or woman, like taking care of yourself, and yeah, like there's kind of been no time for you to maybe rest or chill at all, I would say. Like you've really had to work for everything that you've got so far, and the position that you're in now. The Seven of Wands upright. This is about having to fight a lot of battles. In the traditional artwork, it's not really well depicted here, but in the traditional Rider-Waite artwork, you have one person taking on 6 opponents, and that one person standing on like kind of really a slippery slope, like really not on the best footing. So really this person has to really put their faith in like the higher powers, and like really surrender their ego so that, you know, the divine will support them through life and through all the struggles that they're about to face. So yeah, when this Seven of Wands comes out upright, it's usually referring to someone who's like really like chosen their battles really wisely, been able to surrender to the divine, not coming from a place of ego, but also like fought for what they want. Like they're not passive about things, they're like getting amongst it. The sword suit is all about mental processes, so it's really about thinking about how you think, how you feel, your identity, beliefs, especially any false beliefs that you might have inherited, and like unpacking that. So yeah, I would say these two energies following the Two of Swords and Nine of Wands is saying that like you've really had to be like, you've had to fight for yourself, and you've had to understand yourself on a deep level, and like really taken on that process of self-investigation. When the Hanged One comes out upright, it's usually referring to being able to like be still and rest and meditate and like yeah, like kind of integrate life's lessons in this very restful way, and it seems like maybe that hasn't been the case for you since that came out upside down. So yeah, maybe you've had to learn life's lessons the hard way, and yeah, maybe there hasn't been as much time for you to like rest and enjoy, and so yeah, this person definitely appreciates all the hard work you've put in. But we might get some oracles to find out if there's anything else we missed about what this person loves about you. Do you have any final words about what pile one's person loves about them, please? Okay, so you might have really good protective instincts. They love that about you. Yeah, you're really wise and you've had to like go get everything that you've ever got, so you have like a really strong like motivation and yeah, really strong focus and a lot of power as well. This energy is definitely very powerful. So yeah, this person recognizes that like you've really had to work for everything that you've achieved, and like I would actually say this protection energy might even be like them saying that no one's been there to protect you, you've really had to protect yourself and like look after yourself, and so they see that and they see you as being like all the more sovereign from having gone through what you've gone through and how you've come out the other side. Okay, is there anything else for pile one, please? Anything else for pile one? Okay, so we have it's time to take action. Just given the question or context of our reading, I would say, yeah, this person recognizes all the action that you've been taking, all the changes you've been making in the physical. They've been seeing that and they've been loving that for you. And yeah, like your lack of hesitation with action potentially as well, just given that the Hanged One came out in reverse. Yeah, that's potentially like really appealing to them. Even if that's just their perception that you haven't hesitated, like maybe you have, but I think they see you as very brave. But yeah, I think that feels pretty good. Do we have any final affirmations? So we have, I choose to think positively because I know I am a manifestation of my thoughts. So you could either take this as your affirmation of the week, or you can take this as something that this person would like to affirm to you if they could, or if you were speaking, potentially if you're in separation, or if they had, yes, like maybe spirit put words to the energy they're currently sending you. So take that however you want to take it. That's up to you. But I'm going to leave your reading here for today. If you made it all the way through, thank you so much. I hope you got something out of it. If you did, I would love it if you can like the video and leave me a comment if you have the capacity to do so. And if you'd like to get more intuitive tarot card readings like this from me, then the subscribe button is there for you as well. And finally, if you'd like to know more about all my offerings, there's plenty of info in the links in the description box. I've also inserted the announcement post for my online tarot course at the end of every reading today. So if you'd like to stick around, you can learn more about that now. But it's been a pleasure reading for you. And until we see each other again, ciao. Hey there, part 2. Welcome to your reading for what someone special in your life loves about you. So if you chose this moonstone, then this reading is probably for you. But as always, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. We're going to start with some of your more general energies using our astrology deck. Maybe this person sees you healing. Potentially, you've been through a lot of pain in your life. Maybe any 12th house energy, this is always referring to someone who's potentially been challenged by some of the shadows that exist in the collective unconscious. So either experiencing them within the self or experiencing them in other people, most likely both. And really, when this comes out with a healing energy, this really refers to like pain to power, like actually becoming more unconditionally loving from all the kind of darkness that you've faced. Especially because Pluto also came out, and this is another pain to power, like transmutation energy, like really destroying what's like dark and shadowy, and bringing a lot of light to it so that you can really transmute that and integrate it. So yeah, this person sees you as having healed a lot and evolved a lot, maybe become much more unconditionally loving, definitely much more aware of maybe the shadows in the collective unconscious and the ways that maybe systems aren't working, or like ways that people are taking out their pain on each other or something like that. They're really seeing you as like insightful in that way, especially because Uranus came out. And Uranus, this in a lot of ways it's like the opposite of Mercury energy. Mercury is how you think and communicate, but it's much more detail orientated, it's much more in the now, whereas Uranus, being a generational planet, it's like big picture thinking over time, like really being able to put everything together with the wisdom of hindsight and the wisdom of understanding patterns from generations gone by. And it's just like a very like web, big picture way of thinking. So yeah, they really see you as like maybe having figured out some of the keys to humanity, even in a way. Uranus is exalted in Aquarius, or if you follow modern rulerships, it is ruled by Aquarius. It has a lot to do with like wish fulfillment and soul contracts, amongst other things, as well as humanitarianism. So this person might care about a lot about social issues, about like planetary issues, about generational issues, about like issues of like class or race or sexism or anything like that. They probably care a lot about. They're probably they probably are working towards a better future. So yeah, this person sees you as all of these things. And yeah, they might even perceive you as like maybe having some sort of soul contract with them, just given that these two came out together, like that your paths were supposed to cross. They may also see you as like very purposeful, like they may see you as like full of like direction, motivation, and just like a lot of clarity in like what you want to be doing here on Earth. So yeah, they definitely see you that way, even if you don't see yourself that way. They may also see you as someone who cares about your family, the community. Maybe you're like really close with your siblings or neighbors. And also you're probably a good thinker and communicator in general. Like, yes, there's a lot of Uranus energy here, but Mercury also rules Gemini, who rules the third house. So yeah, I think they think that you're a very well-rounded thinker. And yeah, they probably like listening to you talk in some capacity. But we might find out a bit more and more details about what they love about you using our tarot today. Can we get more messages, please? Okay, so if you've been doing ego work in the past or presently, like this person really sees that and they acknowledge like how far you've come in terms of like taming any like ego or like reactiveness or like not coming from the heart that might have been more of a story of your past. I would say when the strength card comes out, this is like referring to someone who's really tamed the animal within. So this is someone who understands especially how their inner animal responds to things like stress and like gets into like flight, freeze, fawn responses. And yeah, it seems like there's been some like taming of the ego there. And potentially like you might have a really good relationship with your inner animal now, like really understand when you're stressed, really understand how to cope with that. And yeah, like potentially you might even have become like a much better manifester because you are able to achieve that sense of safety and security, and that's really what attracts a lot of abundance to us in life, when we really learn how to work with those energies that can be a bit destructive in that way. But yeah, this person realizes that this hasn't always been the case for you. The Five of Wands, this is a card that when it's in reversed, it speaks of having been in battles where the ego was very activated, maybe fight, flight, freeze, fawn was activated, like being in really challenging situations with people where the competition's getting a bit too fierce. Maybe you or opponents potentially were taking it too seriously and maybe like actually causing some real harm. So potentially you've been around some people that have been super harmful and you've really had to learn to like cope in a healthy way. And yeah, this person seems to have a lot of respect for you because they understand how challenging that is. If someone's coming to mind and you know maybe they're not in the same place as you with that, like I'm sensing that they want to be like that. Like they want to have that same amount of strength for some of you. For others, I think maybe they respect it more in a case of like maybe they haven't been in as bad a situation as you were, and therefore like yeah, there's kind of like more reverence in the term of like, wow, you like really figured something out that I just wouldn't even know how to do if I was in that situation. But yeah, the Seven of Coins, when that comes out, like this is talking about someone who's like really on their way to building their own success, especially like financially, but also just like through any means that like you deem successful, essentially. So anything that like you really want in life that like fills you up, that you desire, like the Seven of Coins is essentially all of that coming into fruition, especially to do with like health of the body, home, also like your spiritual sense of self, and also like putting soul into your work, especially like being able to share like your gifts and stuff with others as well. So yeah, this is a very like everything's starting to come into abundance energy. And potentially like you getting here was challenging. The Six of Swords usually refers to a change that happens within, since the Swords is a very internal mental suit. It's referring to changes that potentially you've had to make to your identity, your belief systems, the way you think, the way you feel, and just like any general mental processes, like just like really nutting some stuff out to be able to like usher in this new era of success for yourself. And by the looks of it, that has actually been very challenging, and potentially you may have like kind of lost your way or really had to navigate like foreign seas to be able to do that. But yeah, it seems like you're really kind of getting everything going in terms of that momentum, and really like changing your own belief systems, especially around finances and things like that. And they really respect that about you. They love that about you, that you're working so hard on that. It seems like they also respect how aware you are of any like remaining like bondages or vices that you might have. The devil in the Kabbalah is associated with this stage of enlightenment where you're really conscious of your bondage to certain things based on like your upbringing or like any maybe tendencies of the soul, any of your more animalistic natures, especially. And it often references things like lust or greed and things like that, and it's like being really aware of like how easily those things can tempt you on the earth plane. And given that the Knight of Coins or the Conqueror of Coins came out with it, like the Knight is someone who's like really working hard to transmute pain into power. In the Rider-Waite deck, it's a knight that appears on a black horse, and anytime you see black in the tarot, it's really referring to like death, destruction, uncertainty, and like kind of having to let go of a lot of stuff and like really sit in the pain of like kind of not knowing what's going to come next, and like really just allowing that space to be there so that kind of your blessings can funnel in. So yeah, this person recognizes that you've had to unpack some of your belief systems and some of the things that you were potentially very attached to in the physical, and really tried to let go of a lot of stuff in a way that created like this void that you really had to sit with before new things could be ushered in. And so yeah, this person appreciates that you had the courage to do that. Yeah, because that's very challenging to do, to like not give in to old patterns and to like really try and forge your own. So the Two of Wands, this refers to a state of attainment. Usually the card in the Rider-Waite tarot is colored light gray, and anytime you see light gray in the tarot, it's like really getting to this stage of like a real wisdom, like especially a very deep wisdom, and a very peaceful wisdom. So yeah, this person definitely sees you as much wiser, and definitely on this path to like kind of all is well, everything has been achieved. Like that's very much Two of Wands energy. It's like everything's kind of done. The World card has a lot to do with karma and closing cycles of karma from the past. So yeah, it seems like this person sees like how much karma from the past you've been closing, especially through this work, dealing with your own bondages, temptations, things like that, and like really destroying the old self to create this space for the new self. Yeah, they see you closing old karma, healing yourself, and it seems like you're potentially very close to being on some sort of new level with this, for like a lot of that karma to really be in the past and for you to be on a clean slate. So yeah, they really appreciate that about you. They see you as having done a lot of hard work. These cards, like, I'm kind of sitting here being like, these cards are like very deep, and they're very it's like for someone to notice this about you, the person that we're talking about must be very reflective. They might be like older, or maybe just like a deep, like have a deep connection to you in a way that they understand you on deeper levels, maybe more than most. So if there's some sort of like soulmate energy or like twin flame energy or something like that in your life, I'd say that would be who these messages are coming from, because yeah, this is much deeper than what I was expecting from this kind of reading. Yeah, when I say they see you healing, they see you healing. Like, this is someone who sees like really the depth of what's going on. So yeah, like actually love that for you. But we might get some messages from the oracles, just anything we've missed so far. Can we please have anything we've missed about what this person loves about pile 2, please? Do we have anything we've missed about what this person loves about pile 2? Okay, you're potentially very appreciative of like the life that you have and the life that you've lived, even though it definitely seems like it's been really hard. And yeah, you're definitely on this new, like, clean slate. You're definitely in this new beginning, this like new existence. And yeah, I think they love that for you, that you've kind of like pulled yourself out of maybe some difficult situations and put yourself in a totally new situation where maybe, yeah, it's like a little bit out of your comfort zone, but like actually so good for you and so healthy. Yeah, they see all your hard work paying off, and they see all your hard work, full stop. So yeah, this is definitely someone who yeah, like really gets it. I'm feeling like they really, really get it. But let's get a final affirmation for you, pile two. So we have, every day I grow stronger in my mind, body, and spirit. I am strong and I am capable. So we've got like double strength energy here. So yeah, they definitely see you as very strong. You can take this affirmation as something for you to take away for the rest of your week. Or you can take this as what this person would say to you right now if they could, especially if you're in separation. But if not, just potentially what their higher self wants you to know. So yeah, whatever feels right for you, go with that. But I think I'm going to leave your reading here today. If you made it all the way through, thank you so much. I hope you got something out of it. If you did, I would love if you can like this video and leave me a comment if you have the capacity to do so. And if you'd like to get more intuitive tarot readings like this from me, then the subscribe button is there for you as well. And if you'd like to know more about all my offerings, there's plenty of info in the links in the description box below. I've also inserted the announcement post for my online tarot course at the end of every reading today. So if you'd like to stick around, you can learn more about that now. But it has been a pleasure reading for you. Until we see each other again, ciao. Hey there, pile 3. Welcome to your reading for what someone special in your life loves about you. So if you chose this beautiful eyelight crystal, then this reading is probably for you. But as always, bring along your own intuition and discernment to your reading. We're going to start with some of the general energies that they love about you. Using our astrology deck, we have some general energies that they love about. Pile 3, please. What general energies does this person love about? Pile 3, please. Okay, this person loves how dreamy you are. Maybe you're like very spiritual, even maybe a bit psychic, but definitely unconditionally loving. Like there is definitely this side of you that is so deep, so loving, and yeah, like really connected to maybe the bigger picture of things, like definitely in tune with the collective unconscious, and maybe like even able to pick up some like little psychic tidbits from kind of what's going on in the collective, like fairly easily, definitely in comparison to others. This person also sees you as doing a lot of healing, and really trying to better yourself in life. This ninth house energy is someone who's like developing like personally, maybe getting a higher education, but definitely getting a spiritual education, maybe someone who's traveling or just like looking to see how different people in the world live, looking to experience different either parts of the world, like in terms of natural landscape, or like different parts of the world in terms of the social landscape. So yeah, this is someone who's like very kind of curious minded, and yeah, just like looking for more in life. So yeah, they see you like really on this like personal evolution, and they love that for you. It's very likely that this person sees you as having a lot of personal values, and maybe really standing up for your values. And Taurus rules the second house, so this might be someone who's like will not do something against their values, like almost like stubbornly sticking to their values, very secure, very stable, like very dependable. Even like they know they can count on you to like act with a lot of integrity to your own self. You might also be very abundant with this part of fortune, and second house coming out. Like this could be someone who's either got a lot of money or just like very financially abundant or secure, like money potentially easily flows to you. Or yeah, there's just like this like Venus-y, like magnetic, like pulling things towards you energy. Maybe you're also very lucky because the part of fortune and Jupiter, which rules Sagittarius, which rules the ninth house, traditionally and modernly, and it also rules Pisces, traditionally. These are both very, very lucky energies. So this person might see you as very like fortunate. And yeah, like maybe they see you as like a magnet for really good things. But we'll get maybe some deeper messages from the tarot about what this person loves about you. We have deeper messages for pile 3 in terms of what their person loves about them, please. We have deeper messages about what pile 3's person loves about them. This is why I don't use these cards very often, because my Virgo rising just cannot with how hard they are to deal with. Okay, so this person sees you as so empathetic and so supportive, and like someone that they can really rely on to like come to them. They can come to you with like anything, and they just trust that you're going to be like very sensitive, very kind, and really like you'll potentially do your best to see them as generously and in the best light as possible. And they might recognize that maybe people haven't necessarily done you the same. Like maybe you haven't had people that you could come to with the same energy. Yeah, it seems like potentially you've had some experiences where people maybe weren't as compassionate to you as what you deserved, or they weren't, or you weren't really able to experience that two-way intimacy in the past. So yeah, this person really appreciates that like you deserve better. You should 100% have been treated better, and yeah, like you have so much capacity for empathy, and they just want to see that return to you, for sure. Again, they definitely see you as very curious-minded, definitely open-minded as well, and like essentially like trying to understand life a lot more, especially because we have this 9th house and Seeker of Swords energy coming out. This is someone who's like really engaging in like bettering yourself and like understanding more about life. Anytime that the 10 of Wands comes out, this is Saturn in Sagittarius, so this is like especially like learning about how you might be burning yourself with some of your old patterns, like anything that you're trying to like heal, let go of, and just like having this real attitude of like I'm gonna like be the best possible version of myself. Like that's these two energies together. So yeah, you're always looking for ways to better yourself, always looking for ways to like outgrow or overcome your past, and like develop, especially spiritually. Sagittarius is a big like personal development, spiritual development energy, and it's come out twice here alone. Potentially you might not have had as much success in some sort of physical manifestation as what this person thinks you deserve. There's been some sort of block, it seems. Whenever the Two of Swords comes out, this card is usually referring to like needing to like meditate, introspect, and find out what blocks you have to anything that it is that you're wanting. And in this case, clarified by the 7 of Coins, like potentially there's some like wounds and blocks that you've been healing that have kept you from as much success that this person thinks you deserve. But I would say that they like commend you for like working on that, especially because we had so much like good fortune coming out in the previous cards. Like this person sees what you've had to do to overcome some of your own blocks that maybe you've inherited in your life, especially from others, to like open up your own abundance to become that magnet that they know you naturally are. Yeah, it seems like there was some kind of maybe karmic blocks that were keeping you away from some time, but yeah, it seems like you've done a lot of work healing, and they see that, and it seems like they're essentially just glad that you're like in a different place with it now. It seems like you're in this real like queen shit, like living your life, having a good time, especially just like super aligned, happy, passionate, courageous energy. Yeah, they definitely see you as kind of on this new level, I would say, with these two cards. Anytime the Queen of Wands, which is the Sovereign of Wands energy, comes out, this is someone who's like also very magnetic and charismatic. So yeah, this person might be like I'm sensing like addicted to your laugh or smile, or just like seeing you in these states of joy. The Ten of Coins is a very joyful kind of energy. It's kind of like the peak when it comes to emotions. So like feeling happy, feeling like especially in love, psychic, like all of that sort of stuff, like really being at its peak. And that seems to be like either where you're close to or where you're headed. And yeah, this person loves that for you. I would say that they are also wishing you like all the love in the world, regardless of what your situation is with them, whether you're friend, family, lover, or whatever it is. Like they wish you all the happiness in the world. For some of you, they might want to be that happiness, but yeah, just take that if it resonates, because I don't know if that's everyone here. But we might just finish off getting some messages from the oracles in case we've missed anything. What do you have for pile 3, please, in terms of anything else? Okay, so this person sees you as like really good food for the soul. Like I think anytime they come to you, they leave feeling like cup full. They don't walk away feeling like they've been depleted. So you're obviously a very nourishing energy to be around. I think they love how wise you've become based on everything you've gone through. And they recognize that the path for you has not necessarily been easy, but you've like overcome a lot of stuff, learned a lot of stuff, grown as a person, and yeah, essentially never major hardships other people's problem, or like very rarely. Yeah, it seems like you're really good at like kind of keeping yourself in check, at least now anyway. And yeah, so they find you like a very safe energy to be around. Yeah, potentially you've had to work through a lot of your own fears, a lot of like these challenging energies from your past to get where you are. And this person recognizes how kind of crazy and scary a lot of that work is, and how much you've had to really evolve yourself. And this is also kind of another bit of a witchy energy as well. Anytime Scorpio comes out, it can be a bit of a witchy energy. So yeah, I think they appreciate that kind of energy in you too. We'll grab our final affirmation. And it is, I allow myself to rest and I reap the benefits of my hard work. So you can take this as either a message from this person to you or just an affirmation to take away from you. Just however you want to take it, that's up to you. But yeah, it seems like this person or your spirit guides potentially want you to enjoy like all this work that you've done, and like make sure that you can like stop, chill, and actually like enjoy your life. You don't always have to be on this venture of like personal development. Sometimes you can just live life and just enjoy it, or at least that's what they want you to know right now. But I think I'm going to leave that here for you. If you made it all the way through, thank you so much. I hope you got something out of it. If you did, I would love if you could like the video and leave me a comment. Obviously, only if you have the capacity to do so. If you'd like to get more intuitive tarot readings like this from me, the subscribe button is there for you as well. Finally, if you'd like to know more about all my offerings, there are plenty of links in the description box below. And I've also inserted the announcement post for my online tarot course at the end of every reading today. So if you'd like to stick around, you can learn more about that now. But it has been a pleasure reading for you. And until we see each other again, ciao.